God bless these kids. First time I knew about this kid was when everything was going on. People were like, how do you not know MxR? I don't know. I played Skyrim. Like, I was never a big modder, but these two have had every single video basically that they just recently put up demonetized. They just got done with this big battle with Juke and Media, who put them on blast to try and extort some money out of them. The quartering said it's a huge win, but really it wasn't a huge win because they shipped all their money over to Juke and to play the Juke and clips. Juke and Media that literally goes after new content creators to buy their clips. And I found that they kind of harass people into buying clips so that they can own them. That's what Jukin does. And then on the flip side, then they go after all the content creators to start basically flagging their videos or billing them for clips like they did with MxR. But then YouTube comes in and slaps them and doesn't take the time to actually review their videos. They don't take the time. These people have over 1 million subscribers on one channel, 2 million on another channel, and they've waited weeks to get YouTube to respond to their requests to review their video. And because of the terms of service and the way that YouTube has written their contract, it's essentially not their fault. And that's because there's no other platforms that are competing successfully with YouTube right now. I went to look at BitChute. And I've had some people say this to me in the past when YouTube was going through that heavy crisis mode with FTC, and people say, you know what? Just go over to BitChute, dude. Well, I went over to BitChute. It's not a competitor. They have this freedom of speech platform. I went over there. They have a really cool tool, and it literally takes every video I do on YouTube and just shovels it over to BitChute. But the problem with BitChute is that they have really bad lag issues and latency issues. People want to click on the video and they want to see exactly what it is they click on, and BitChute does not do that. So there's really no other media service like YouTube, and it's crazy that in this world that monopolies are fine. Apparently monopolies are okay. Apparently everybody has just said, you know what, we're fine with monopolies. If it gives us what we want and we're restricted by never-ending new amendments and rules that restrict us as content creators, then we're completely fine with that. And of course, a lot of content creators have to be fine with that because this platform, YouTube, is the only way that they get noticed. You can try any other platform you want. I mean, of course, there's Twitch and there's streaming and there's a whole other streaming side of things. But when it comes to like videos, YouTube is pretty much it. There is no real competitor in the market, and thus YouTube has a monopoly on these types of videos from independent content creators. They built their business from the backs of independent content creators, and now they're trying to shift their formula. They're trying to compete with like a Netflix. They're trying to compete with like an Amazon. And what's ended up happening is it's screwing with the independent content creators and the search fields and the way that they make these white lists and these black lists. It's so much harder to find content creators like us on search anymore because they want to start shifting gears into becoming a competitor with the larger streaming services like Netflix and Amazon. That's about what it is. That's what it amounts to. And when you see all these different types of demonetization issues happen is with larger channels, as even MxR plays with nearly 1 million YouTube killed television, and Netflix pretty much killed media, as it were. But when it comes to like independent content creation, it's still alive and well on YouTube. But the problem is YouTube wants to change the game. They want to change the plan. And the reason why you're seeing demonetization on a large scale, even with large channels as MxR, is because of the shift in their game plan, because they want to compete with the larger platforms. And so they want to be as commercially viable as possible. They don't want any cussing. They don't want any opinions. They don't want any topics that are debatable. They don't want anything. They want it completely safe and vanilla so that every advertiser can hop on board and they can make barrels of cash. And they're finding that the independent content creators are more of a liability these days than anything else. And that's why you're seeing MxR and a lot of other content creators out there, independent content creators, getting these large swaths of demonetized content everywhere. It's happening to everybody, and it will continue to happen. And the real problem is that there is no competition. There is nobody to go up against YouTube. That is the real problem. In today's world, you would think that somebody would step up, but the problem in a capitalistic market, and I love capitalism, don't get me wrong, is the second you're not a little fish anymore and you start to become a medium-sized fish and you start to become a bigger-sized fish, right? It's that money. It's that greed. And what happens if the original guy who created the company is not like 110% into his own company? What ends up happening is a Google will come in and buy them out and say, here's $1 billion. Take the billion. And what ends up happening? YouTube takes its competition, buys them out, digs a nice deep hole and buries them so that nobody knows that there's any competition. And that's exactly what happens in this world today. And that's why these monopolies exist. And the root of all evil is, in fact, money, everybody. News flash. Hey, everybody, did you know this? All around the world, money is the problem. Thank you very much. That is the end of this video, and I will see you on the next vid. Today's video has been brought to you by the generous patrons of DG360 who make continued content possible. DG360 patrons enjoy monthly giveaways like Star Citizen packages, Steam gift cards, and any game that you want giveaways. Please consider donating $1 if in any way you enjoy DG360 content. And these difficult times where independent content creation is under attack from the FTC and left to die by YouTube, it's nice to know that I'm appreciated. Thank you.